Hello, everyone. It's time for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 373, season 15. Today's date is October 15th, 2024, and welcome to the show. On today's program, I'm going to talk about the Red Balloon Coffee House restaurant. It had two locations in the Chicagoland area. I think it had a third, I believe. And I have a menu from that place, and I'll read off the menu as well. It's a very interesting menu. Also, I'll talk about something we forgot a long time ago, Kodak disc cameras, and they were introduced in the 1980s. And I'll talk about its history and my memories of this lovely product. We'll see about that. Excuse me. Okay, so anyway, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Kraft Bacon and Buttermilk Salad Dressing. That sounds good. So here's a commercial from 1983. I remember this one. And when I come back, I'll talk about this delicacy. Well, I'm just kidding. Okay. So I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
What was that?
What was what?
This new Kraft Bacon and Buttermilk dressing. It sizzles.
Sure, Ruth.
Look, there's never been a combination like this.
That's real bacon in there.
What?
It's new. Look into Sizzle. Only Kraft blends real bacon with creamy, fresh buttermilk. The real ingredients in Kraft make the real difference.
Just look at that.
You look, I'll eat.
For the taste that's real, look into Kraft Bacon and Buttermilk dressing. It's new.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Kraft Bacon and Buttermilk Salad Dressing. That sounds good. I love bacon. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I know, it's awful for you. Too much salt, fat. I get it. But I don't eat it all the time. I eat it when I go out, if I go out with a friend or, for breakfast. I will order a side, but not at home. Of course, my favorite is BLT sandwiches, not the tomato. When it's crispy with lettuce and mayo and toast. I like a toast. Wheat bread or white, doesn't matter. It's delicious. Anyway, I don't know how long this product has been around, probably a couple of years, and then they changed it. Kraft introduced a lot of flavors over the years, and right now, the buttermilk is probably like ranch, so there is ranch dressings with bacon included. So I love ranch dressing, for my dressing. And just plain. That's it. Just pour it on the salad. Of course, I eat oil and vinegar. It's healthy for you, but it's boring. But it's good for your health. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the Red Balloon Coffee House restaurants in Chicago. Also, I'll talk about the Kodak disc cameras that were introduced in the 1980s. Before I get started, I want to mention a thing or two. Like, sometimes I still receive lovely comments from people, about the page and all that, which is great, about Van Chicagoland. Yesterday, I posted a post. And it was National Dessert Day. And I found, of course, everyone's favorite dessert that we all miss is Dressel's cakes. So I did post that. And I posted that before, but not too long ago. And people remember the fudge cakes, the eclairs, the muffins, the pound cake, the graduation cakes, you name it. It's a shame it went out of business and hasn't returned. I wish somebody would have bought it. And continue. No, that's too bad. because it was delicious. Just like the memories of me growing up. My mother going to Jewel and she bought the fudge cake, and I used to lick the the whipped cream on the side. Put it in my finger. Put it on my finger and put it in my mouth. Sounds disgusting, but it's when you're a kid, it's fun. So it was delicious. Everyone misses it. As I mentioned this before, Wolf's Bakery on West 95th Street, west of Kedzie Avenue in Evergreen Park, makes that. It's similar to it. I have not bought one yet. I would like to someday. I heard it's pretty expensive, like $20, something like that. Ooh. We'll see. Maybe I'll buy it for something special. According to some people, they say it's delicious. Other people say, it's not the same. No. Okay. Okay, I understand. So, hey, it's better than nothing. So why not? Just buy it. I heard it's pretty darn close. So that's great. Like that. Yeah. Okay. Right now I'm going to talk about the Red Balloon Coffee House restaurant. I forgot about this place. I've never been there. I remember people mentioned this on Facebook and on my page. They said it was a wonderful restaurant. It had 2 locations. Let me find the first one. I will tell you right now. Here we go. The first one was at 5960 West Toohey Avenue in Niles, Illinois. Okay. The other one was... it was on the corner of Central and Rand Road, or Mount Prospect, that is. It's like, I think they meet together. They're all roads like that. In Des Plaines, Illinois. Someone mentioned this morning, I just noticed that there was one in Deerfield. Could be. I don't know. I don't know when it was founded, probably in the early 60s, maybe late 50s. So I did find a menu of that place. I'll bring it right up. But first, let's see. Let's see. I want to read something real quickly. Okay, so they had in the back of the menu, they had the story about the red balloon, and it was like the story of the lonely little French boy Pascal and the red balloon. I'm not going to read the whole story, so that was featured on the menus and all that. And I don't know who owned the restaurant. I have no idea. So anyway, I have the menu right here. One last thing. That picture I posted yesterday, it was from a postcard. There was one located in California, which I did not know. And so I guess maybe it was a chain, maybe it was. I don't know if it was. I have no idea. So anyway, so here's a menu of this, and here we go. So this particular menu I found yesterday had all of them were inside balloons, and that's kind of cool, like that. So in the beginning, they had the first balloon was the beginning. They had vegetable beef soup, Boston clam chowder, only on Fridays, zesty hot chili, and half a grapefruit and chilled melon, both in season. Okay, and side dishes, they had onion rings, French fries, and hash brown potatoes. Okay. Now the next balloon they had in the menu, the sandwich board. They had a Reuben grill. You know what a Reuben is, like corned beef with Swiss cheese, sauerkraut with Thousand Island dressing, on dark rye. That sounds good. Also, the beef eater, that was a chopped steak served on rye bread with onion and with an onion slice. That sounds good. That's like it. They had a French dip. Ooh, I love French dip. Ooh, I love it. You know how it is. You put it on a French roll, a cup of ajouche, or just you dip it like that. Oh, delicious. Comes with creamy coleslaw. Hot turkey sandwiches. They had a sliced breast of turkey with rich gravy. It was open face. And you had a selection of potato, whatever you like. And they also had Monte Cristo. Oh, I love Monte Cristo. I had it once. It was good. I think the most famous one was Bennigan's. So it was a ham and Swiss cheese sandwich with special dressing between two slices of French dip bread, grilled golden brown. Mm-mm. Also, they had a sandwich called Red Balloon Club. It was turkey combined with bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Yeah, pretty good. Nice. They had hot corned beef, served on rye bread, steak sandwich. BLT and American cheese, grilled American cheese, which you like that. Okay. Also, they had hamburgers. For example, they had our banquet on a bun, twin patties on a 3-decker bun with sliced cheese, shredded lettuce, topped with secret dressing and cabbage slaw. Sounds like a Big Mac to me. Bon burger ordinaire, freshly ground beef. It was half a pound, nestled with a toasted bun, with French fries and with cheese. Bacon delight, beef patty, melted cheese, and a slice of strips of crispy bacon. Italiano, I can't pronounce that. It's a grilled hamburger, open face, toasted bun, and it had melted mozzarella and tangy tomato meat sauce. Good. Hawaiian favorite is, of course, it's a hamburger marinated with teriyaki sauce and a toasted bun with a grilled pineapple ring. Also, they had a Mexican burger. It was a burger, toasted bun, submerged with zesty chili and accompanied with a cup of diced onions. Okay, that's it. They also serve pancakes, old-fashioned buttermilk pancakes, red with strawberries or with country smoked bacon, little link sausages, sugar cube ham, and of course you get syrup and all that. These days pancakes are a little more elaborate, if you know what I mean. For salads, they had chef salad, ham, turkey, it's julienne sliced, with tomatoes wedged, and a cracked egg, not with the shell in it, no, like that. And your choice of dressing, and also cottage cheese, red dried tomatoes, tossed dinner salad, creamy coleslaw. That's the kind of salads. Another boulon, they had popular favorites. They had Italian spaghetti. Also, they had slim and trim. This is for dieters. A half-pound hamburger steak served with sliced tomatoes, cottage cheese, peach half, and dried crisp. Oh, that sounds good. They had 2 eggs, if you want. And then the side with sausages, ham, bacon, toast with jelly or butter. Beef burgundy, they had tender beef cubes and a hearty beef burgundy sauce over egg noodles, toasted salad, greens, and roll in butter. Oh, that sounds good. I like that. The other specialties, this one's another balloon. It's the Red Balloon specialties. Sizzling chopped steak, top sirloin steak, roasted rounded beef, golden fried shrimp. It's Gulf shrimp, that is, excuse me. Grilled liver and onions. A lot of people don't like liver. I do, but they don't. Deep fried sea scallops, excuse me, with tartar sauce, old-fashioned battered fried chicken. That sounds good. And golden fried fish fillets. Yeah, okay. Beverages, they had coffee, milk, hot teas, Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Tab, hot chocolate, lemonade, you name it, they had it. Desserts, they had, this one was called Apple Annie. It's a hot, deep dish apple pie with a robust cinnamon sauce. You can have an a la mode. It cost 50 cents at the time. So I think it was in the 60s. So a la mode cost like about 15 cents more, 65 cents. Hot fudge or strawberry sundae. surprise layer cake. They have a different layer cake every day. Pie of the day, the same thing. You want a la mode or cake a la mode. If you want ice cream, serve with your cake or ice cream. Here's a dessert. It's called Fudge Napoleon, a huge helping of our rich ice cream in a giant glass, accompanied with banana wedges, gobs of hot fudge, and whipped cream. Ooh, that sounds good. And then Sweet Sue Strawberry Shortcake, a thick slab of vanilla ice cream nestled on an oven-loving biscuit topped with ripe red strawberries. Oh, that sounds good. Of course, they made ice cream sodas there and milkshakes and cream pie of the day. Yeah. Let me see if I forgot anything. I don't think I have. No. So anyway, the red balloon coffee shop, I don't know when they closed. Maybe late 60s, early 70s, something like that. But people do remember this restaurant. I think they remember the red balloon that was outside the sign. That was just, I don't know if it's no, it's not a real balloon. I don't think so. It's maybe it was a part of the sign like that. There was none in the South Side, which is a shame because if they were there, I would have gone, and tried it, but no such luck. That's a shame. Okay. That's wonderful. All right. Right now, I'm going to talk about Kodak disc cameras. So the Kodak disc camera was introduced in 1982, and times were changing. So you remember, like with the compact disc, you play music on your compact disc player. So Kodak came up with this idea of a Kodak disc camera. Okay. So it was very light to carry. And so I watched a video last night on YouTube, and there was a man explaining about how you operate it, how it came to be. And so you just, there's a button that you open, and then you place the disc in the back, I think. And then they had the counter exposure. I think they had about, I don't know how many they had, like 15. Yeah, they have 15. You could take 15 photos. And then once you're ready, it had a built-in flash, I believe. And then they had the shutter. So you just point, you aim, point, and then take your picture like that. And then sometimes it went really quickly, like that. So I never owned one. I've owned Kodak cameras, like the Instamatic, and so did my mother and my brothers. They owned that, a long time ago. Never the disc. I never bought the disc. I wanted to buy one at the time. I was in college then. This is how I describe its popularity. It was popular, but then somewhere down the road, it just lost interest for some weird reason, and they didn't last very long. But it was heavily advertised on television, which I remember that, and so. Remember the ads in magazines also? And they came in a few models. I'll read off the models. So I don't know which one is different. So they had a Kodak Disc 2000, Kodak's 3500, and let's see what else. 3600, 4000, and Kodak 6000. So each one was different. I'm not sure which... maybe, I don't know if they're all introduced in the same year or just down, each year it gets, I think it was that it's each year where they made enhancements to the product, that is. Yeah, I think so. So it quietly stopped about 1988. like that. They stopped manufacturing it. But according to some sources, they still continued manufacturing the discs. So if you still had one from the late 80s until the late 90s, you could still buy the discs. That's what I heard, which is great. But as buying a new camera, no. No, you're stuck. You were stuck with them. Excuse me. You were stuck with those, But if you have one somewhere in your closet, your attic, your basement, might be worth something. The discs, I don't know if you can find them anywhere, maybe on eBay, or you go to a local camera shop. There's Central Camera in downtown. They might have it. I wish you luck. They might have it. You never know. Or any camera, that deals with vintage cameras. It's kind of cool. I always want to go to that store because they got cameras on display, old-fashioned cameras, with the flash cubes and the flash, and some from the early, like the 30s and 40s and the 50s. It's kind of cool to see that. Oh, and they sold, and I believe they still sell film, Kodak film. Kodak wasn't the only one that made disc cameras. I think Fuji made it, and Minolta, and some other companies. But yeah, they, got into the competition like that. So I totally forgot about them like that. Okay. Right now I'm going to play a commercial for Kodak disc camera. This is from 1984. And when I come back, I'm going to wrap up the show. Okay? All right, so sit back and relax, everyone, and I'll be right back. Thank you.
You better watch out, because it's times like this that I'm going to get you with the Kodak disc. I'm going to get you with the Kodak disc. And sure as shooting, I'm not going to miss. Now when it's easy as this, I'm going to get you with the Kodak disc. The Kodak disc camera is easy to load, advances automatically, and has a built-in flash. Want a camera that's easier than that? You're not going to get it. You can scream, you can yell, but you never can tell when I'll get you with the Kodak disc.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Kodak disc camera from 1984. I remember those. They used to air those mostly in the primetime shows, like that. So, like I said before, they were sort of popular, but then they just died out, which is a shame. Kodak is still in business, not in the camera business. I don't believe so. I think they do printing or something like that, which is a shame. They did. I'm not absolutely sure, but I think they did invent the first digital camera, and then some way, somehow got screwed up, and it's a big mess. Of course, digital cameras were very popular for a while, and then until the iPhone came, and now we take pictures with our phones. We don't need a camera, but sometimes people do. They do need cameras, especially professional photographers. They need cameras, So they do. I believe they still sell them. I think that's great. That's wonderful, But they're kind of nostalgic. They love film. There's something about it. One last thing about the Kodak disc cameras, the quality of the photographs, they weren't that great. They were all right. I mean, they weren't like crystal clear like today, like HD or 4K or something like that. Not really. I mean, yes and no. I mean, but it was better than the ones in the 60s and the 70s where, when you move around and it's kind of frozen and it looks bad, like foggy like that. It's not like the Polaroids. You press the button and go, zzz, and here comes the photograph. No, wasn't like that at all. Anyway, so photography is a very interesting and fun hobby. People love it. They love developing photographs. If they're a professional photographer, they have their own dark room, and you've seen those 100 times on television shows where they have pans and they put the photographs there, and then they have a light outside the room. You can't walk in because they'll be exposed and then they're ruined. Something like that. So that's it. That's my knowledge of photography. Like that. Okay. Also, there was disposable cameras that came maybe before, maybe after. Once you're done, you take the photo and, to your drugstore. Like Photomat. That's another subject. I talked about that before. Okay, that's it for this program. I'll do a recap of what I talked about today. I talked about the Red Balloon Coffee House restaurants. They were located in Niles and Des Plaines, Illinois. Also, I'll talk about the Kodak disc cameras from the 1980s. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. I think I'm on Odyssey. I can't pronounce that word. Audacity? Yeah, I think I'm on that. I believe I saw it somewhere. It's kind of cool. I heard radio. I think so. Overcast, Breaker. Also, it's published on my blog, www.vanishingchicagoland.blog. You can click on the link. It'll take you right there to listen. It'll probably take you to my Spotify website. You can listen. Or you can click Spotify, and you can listen there as well. Also, it'll be published on my YouTube channel. And again and again and again, people ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? It's easier for me to find it on YouTube. You go to YouTube, do a engine search, type in Vanish Chicagoland Stories or my name. You will find it. That's my channel. Tap subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. You can listen to the latest episodes. You will receive a notification, on your phone or your tablet or whatever device you have. You can listen to previous podcast episodes as you like, anytime, anywhere. Also, be sure to have my social media accounts, Facebook, X, Reddit, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. Okay. That was fun. All right. I will probably do another podcast episode this weekend. And we're close. The 15th season's almost over. So probably ending this weekend. Then we'll start with season 16. Oh, boy. So this is Pete Castanis, your host for Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today is kind of a cold, rainy day. So just try to keep warm. I'm gonna have a nice lunch today, so that'd be kind of nice. Just relax, okay? So here's bye bye for me, and here's Ray Rayner with a little traveling music saying bye bye bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye bye bye.